You're listening to Midlife Side Quest, the Over the Hill Gaming Podcast. Here's your host, John Wall.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Midlife Side Quest. I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you so much for listening. If you missed out on episode 0, it's available now, and it'll give you a little bit of backstory on who I am, how I got here. I'm super thrilled to be back in front of the mic talking about video games, pop culture, and the issues that affect nerds of my age. In addition to talking about the latest game releases and news, I want to have an honest and open discussion about getting older. The good, the bad, the scary, the funny. For instance, I'm a little worried about my ability to continue playing games because I have developed what I think might be carpal tunnel syndrome. I've been getting this pain in my wrists and fingers, as well as some numbness and tingling in my fingers. And it hurts my wrist to lift even the smallest of objects. No. No, it's not what you think. Let's not go there. Seriously, I made a doctor's appointment, though, and I'm starting to wear a brace to keep my wrist straight whenever I'm using it for a long time, like while I'm... You know what? This is too hard to do without making a joke. Back in 2020... you know what we refer to now as the before times. I picked Animal Crossing as my game of the year. I've always been a fan of that series, but New Horizons seemed to be the right game at the right time, with the combination of launching right at the outset of COVID and making some great refinements to the already successful formula. For over a year, I was visiting my town almost daily to fish and plant flowers and dig up fossils and try desperately to pay off my mortgage. Fast forward 2 years, and with Nintendo's fairly limited updates to the game, most people have moved on and are looking for the next game to fill that void. And surprisingly, Disney's Dreamlight Valley has grabbed that baton and absolutely ran with it. The game launched into early access back in August, with the final game set to debut sometime in 2023. While the game will be free to play when it fully launches, you can get access to it by paying $30 on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, or PC, and you also get access to the Founders Pack if you're an Xbox Game Pass member, which is where I'm playing it. There are also some premium bundles, which get you more exclusive goodies and stuff, and there's various prices that go all the way up to $70. Before the game launched, I was pretty much expecting Animal Crossing with Disney characters. And while that's a pretty decent comparison to make, Dreamlight Valley features a number of variations on the theme and improvements on that formula to make it stand out from its Nintendo cousin. And while it's still pretty early, I might just go out on a limb and say that this game has the potential to be the better of the two. So you start the game by creating your custom avatar with a pretty decent set of tools, and you can dress them in a number of outfits, including ones that you can create yourself with a robust clothing creator. It's pretty cool how different you can make your character look. Obviously, mine is way more handsome and fashionable and thin than I am in real life. Your character then wakes up in Dreamlight Valley, a land which has been taken over by a strange curse called the Forgetting, also known as Middle Age, which has wiped out all the inhabitants' memories and covered that land in creeping purple vines. The first person you meet is Merlin from The Sword and the Stone, who teaches you a bit about the land and how to use magic to try and free the valley from the curse. It's a bit more of an interesting setup than I was anticipating. It's not like an amazing story, but it's pretty good, and it's just intriguing enough to make me care as much about the story as I do about the gameplay. The land itself, the valley, is divided up into 8 different biomes, which you'll need to unlock as you progress. From the peaceful meadow to Dazzle Beach to the Sunlit Plateau and the Forgotten Lands. Each one offers a pretty unique landscape to explore and to build out your world. While I was able to unlock all 8 areas during my time with the pre-release, there's still a few corners of the world which are inaccessible so far in early access, and I imagine as time goes on, will unlock. The main goal you'll be working towards through the game is unlocking all of these Disney characters. That's really the hook, and helping them restore their memories and then convincing them to move back to the valley. This, above all else, is what makes Dreamlight Valley stand out from Animal Crossing. As much as I enjoyed like the cool characters in that game, it's honestly so much more rewarding when you get Moana or Wall-E to move into your village, and this is where the game has nearly unlimited potential as far as replayability goes. The early access version features 17 characters to unlock, like Mickey Mouse and Ariel and Maui, and Anna and Elsa. The game hints at dozens more characters who will be released over time, and there are literally hundreds of Disney characters who could show up, and that is what is going to keep players coming back and back with each new update. Each of these characters that you unlock can be leveled up to a max up to 10, with each level giving you a reward like their own personal battle pass, and they'll also give you story quests to progress the plot and unlock other characters. Most of these quests, though, are fairly typical fetch quests that have you just like running back and forth across the map, collecting things for them. Still, having a growing community of Disney characters populating your little town is still loads of fun, and it's entertaining to see how these different characters from different movies and shows interact with each other. In between chatting it up with Donald Duck and the rest of the cast, you'll be doing a lot of things that will be familiar if you are a fan of the genre. You'll be fishing, farming, gathering resources from around the world to craft new objects at your workbench, and you can assign skills to the different characters in the valley to give you additional resources. For instance, if Goofy is skilled in farming and you ask him to follow you, you'll get extra veggies when it comes time to harvest. Same works for fishing and mining. You'll also open up a restaurant with Remy from Ratatouille, which allows you to use a lot of those ingredients that you grow and find to cook meals for your villagers, which also levels them up. There's really so much to do to keep you busy in Dreamlight Valley that it's really easy to lose dozens of hours in the game. The game also features lots of little touches that improve upon some of the issues I had with Animal Crossing. Places like Remy's restaurant and the shop that is run by Scrooge McDuck, obviously, are open all day, so you don't need to worry about getting to them before closing time. You can also purchase any item from Scrooge that you've crafted once before, so you don't need to waste precious resources if you want multiple of the same item. You just craft it once, go to the store, and then you can buy as many as you want. You can buy up to 25 items a day, and then you get them instantly instead of having to, wait to get them in the mail the next day. It also gives you more freedom in customizing your world. Natural objects like trees and rocks and bushes are unlimited once you unlock them, so you can go nuts, fill out your world however you want. You also have the ability to pick up and move around any of the buildings in your town at no cost, which lets you experiment any way you want, a process that was particularly frustrating in Animal Crossing. there's a lot to love with this game, and they do so much right that I've already spent well over 100 hours creating my own Disney paradise. But there are some things to improve upon. It's not perfect. First of all, there are the glitches, and there are lots of glitches. Most of them are pretty minor, like the camera unexpectedly flinging itself across the world and items disappearing from the world. But they happen frequently enough that it's annoying and it should be, fixed as soon as they can. I'd also like to see them add some weekly or seasonal events to keep players coming back, like special visitors that are only there on certain days, for example, and that'll really make you want to come back and make sure you get that playtime in every day. I'm still early, but I am super encouraged by what I've seen so far in Dreamlight Valley. I am having so much fun with it. It's a fun world filled with great characters and lots of ways to customize that world the way you want. I will be sticking with it for a very long time. I have put a lot of late nights into this game. And this week they added their first major update, introducing Scar from Lion King. And we already know that a Toy Story update is coming pretty soon as well. So if they can keep these updates coming at a brisk pace, this will be a frequent game in my rotation, and you should definitely check it out. On every episode of Midlife SideQuest, I'm going to end things with a final thought, a word of encouragement or reflection, in the hopes of just spreading some positivity. This week, I came across the story of Tony Winchester, who also goes by the name of RS Glory and Gold on Twitch. Tony passed away recently at the age of 69 years. After a battle with cancer. At 69 years of age, he had over 350,000 followers on Twitch, where he streamed the game RuneScape. While his passing is undoubtedly sad, obviously, I also find it amazing that someone of his age can still find joy and an audience doing what he loved to do. He proudly continued gaming while, let's be honest, most of the people his age were probably playing shuffleboard and doing Sudoku. I often wonder if I'll ever age out of gaming. I know my tastes in games, and my habits have changed as I've gotten older, but will I ever stop being interested in them? I don't know. Then I hear about someone like this and it just fills my heart and makes me so happy. I don't know if I'll be gaming when I'm 70, but if I am, I hope I'm doing it as proudly as Tony did. Thank you for listening to Midlife SideQuest. You can catch new episodes every single Thursday wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review, and follow us on Twitter at MidlifeSQ. Until next week, stay positive and keep playing.